Whose devotional eye shall we see through? Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santak sadeva hridayeshu vilokayanti. We're told to see through the lens of the eye of devotion. Whose eye? Whose devotion? What standard? We're told that Mahaprabhu, we say, Patita Pavana Goda Hari. He's the Mahavananaya avatar. He's the most merciful, most munificent, magnanimous incarnation of God. But Upasiddhanta makes him angry. We go, oh, come on, get off it. Why be so fanatical about this stuff? I mean, they're trying. No, if Upasiddhanta comes to his ear, he becomes enraged. So much so that Swarup Damodar has to filter everything first, so it will not come to the ear of the Mahavadanaya avatar, Patita Pavana Gora Hari, and put him in a fit of rage. So here we learn, for the higher, the more subtle things are intolerable. Gross things do not bother them. When they said to Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, how can you stand to live near an outhouse? He said, how can you stand to be surrounded by the stench of the minds of materialists that you associate with every day? I prefer the stench of the outhouse. That's an externally objectionable thing. But the stench of the mentality of these people with whom you embed yourself and associate with them, how can you tolerate that? So the more refined someone's concept of Krishna consciousness is, subtle deviations are more objectionable to them. And we hear Guru Maharaj give the example of, perhaps it was Kalidas, the poet, that when he was abducted and enlisted as a palki bearer, a palanquin bearer for some time. And so there's, say, 4 or 6 men, they're carrying this palanquin, and there's a king on the top. And they're going along, and this, he's not used to this, his body is delicate, the pole is digging into his skin, making it raw, it's cut, he's bleeding. But he's not complaining. He's going on somehow. But then that king, in a mood of self-importance and arrogant assertion, he starts to compose poetry, not realizing that one of the bearers of his palanquin is the greatest, arguably the greatest poet of all time. One of the greatest poets of all time. So he starts composing these poetic lines, and then we hear, what is Kalidas doing? Going, oh my God, I can't take it. This is unbearable. It's torture. And so they stop. And they see the bleeding arm. It looks a horrible mess. And they go, oh, you can't tolerate carrying the palanquin? He said, no, that I can tolerate. He said, what I can't tolerate is what he's doing to the language. It's torture. It's unbearable. His abuse of words and language and thought and concept. That I can't tolerate. Then they could understand they're in the presence of some extraordinary man. He has different set of criteria of what is acceptable to him, what's not acceptable, what's favorable, what's unfavorable, what's bearable, what's unbearable. So it depends on who that person is. Right? Then they discover he's the great poet Kalidas.